Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. Now, I know it's called September and October. We do have still a few days of September. Okay, one day of September. The reason I did that is because it's possible that you might already be in this energy. And so we're going to see what comes up. It is obviously going to be mostly October. Okay, this is going to take you into the 1st of November. Into possibly the first week of November. So what I'm doing is the 9-card grid. I'm going up the left side with this Divine Feminine deck, okay? Up the right side with this Divine Masculine Viking Oracle. And then up the middle to balance the two with the Sacred Traveler deck. So don't forget to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get a full picture of what's coming for you, okay? Some of it might not resonate. Don't try to force it to, right? Take what resonates and leave the rest. So Scorpio, let's see. We're going to call on the highest vibration of the cosmos to come through with guidance, wisdom, and messages for Scorpio in their highest good always. Anything that Scorpio needs to know for the next 4 or 5 weeks, please. And no matter how you resonate with the sign of Scorpio, this reading is for you, okay? 12 zodiac system, 13 zodiac system, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or otherwise. You got your own reasons, okay? I don't judge. I resonate with Leo for a reason, and I have very little Leo in my chart. Maybe because that's what I'm missing, right? So it's all per your journey. Okay, so let's get this left side going for Scorpio, please. Oh, good. She's shown up a lot. Ooh, you guys. Scorpio, have you been hermiting? It's lots of hermiting energy coming through. Your first card is the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits, okay? Have you been or are you coming into it? Yeah, you either have been or you are beginning a deep healing period of hermiting, okay? Not everyone is doing that. What I was getting for a lot of the signs, collectively what's coming through is that we're getting better at engaging in self-care, engaging in the things that we need to do to stay centered throughout our day. And so the hermiting, a lot of people are coming out of hermiting, but there's always a good reason when we go into a hermiting mode. And so I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Deep, deep healing coming for you, Scorpio. Next card up is Lalita, the Red Goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Okay, so for what I'm seeing is you're beginning to come out of this hermiting mode. If you are coming into this playfulness, okay, this is a very extroverted energy. So you're definitely coming out of hermit mode, or you will be soon, okay? And Adwana, the High Priestess. Isn't she beautiful? She reminds me of Mother Nature. I'm pretty sure it was Kerry Washington. I might have her name wrong. But a beautiful, tall, dark-skinned actress who played Mother Nature in the Santa Claus movies. Do you remember those with Tim Allen? Anyway, I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. This is really, truly embodying the next level of you. Okay, so that's beautiful. We're going to get more from those. But that's your left side. Now for the Divine Masculine. Let's see what he has to say. We say the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine, they're not gender assigned, right? Like they are genderless. They simply speak to a label that we have given certain energies, okay? The Divine Feminine is the creation, compassion. What are the C's? It's the 3 C's. Creation, compassion. Yeah, it'll come. Creation, compassion, it's unconditional love, but it's creation, compassion. It'll come. Don't worry about it. The masculine energy then is the flip side, is the action, the courage, the strength, the confidence, okay? The feminine is very much the void space, the dark. Okay. When you look at the yin and yang, the black is the feminine. Okay. The white is the masculine, because we literally create in the void space, in the darkness. Okay. As feminine beings. And so the masculine comes in and is the action energy, right? Again, genderless. We do like to try to assign them to men and women, but it doesn't really work anymore. As we are becoming more fluid, you know. So, okay, let's get the divine masculine row going. Oh, all right. I'm going with it. He is coming through so much. Seriously. Cool. 2 new ones. 2 I haven't seen this cycle yet. Let's see. I'm going to set them over there. And now we're going to do, I'll show you real quick. You got 44, master number, the well of word. Beautiful. Now, I think that is at the roots, in the roots of the tree of life, but I'll look it up. The Yggdrasil, which is the Norse version of the tree of life. Then you got number 5, big change. 5 is big change. I don't know how to say that. Raidho. It's a rune. Okay. It's a rune. And then we have Jera, number 12. Now, I don't always like to break down 12. 12 to me is kind of a burgeoning and emerging divine masculine energy. So we'll see how he comes through. But what I want you to notice about him, and this is your last card of your story, okay? It's going to weave from this bottom left to the top right. So this is what's coming out top right. So let's look at this beginning of the story and the closing of the story of this period of time. And notice, first of all, how worried he looks. He's looking behind him. He's worried about what he's leaving behind, but he is ready to do it. Like, look at how he's gingerly just kind of not even really holding on to that weapon. He's ready to drop it, but he's worried. So he hasn't dropped it yet. He's worried about what his life is going to look like, what it's going to mean for him, what he will be like, who he will be without the fight. Okay, so that's cool. We're going to come to that. So let's get the Sacred Traveler right up the middle. This Black Madonna is beautiful. I had not pulled her before, so this is going to be awesome. Yeah, you have been, I do feel like, Scorpio, you have been healing. You have been engaging in quite a healing period of time, and you are starting to come out of it now. Now, at some point in October, okay, you're really going to climb out, because this 44, this tells me that you're still kind of going deep and healing deep things. But let's see what traveler message comes through to bridge these two. Let's see. Why not? Very nice. Beautiful. And, okay. Interesting. Oh, and look what you got at the bottom. You're not the only one. She's sitting at the bottom of the deck. We're going to put her up here. Wise leader, you are a beacon for others. This is you, Scorpio. Anybody who's watching this reading, light worker, light walker, wanderer, way shower, whatever term you vibe with, that's you. Your soul has done this before. You have already transitioned from 3D to 5D in a past incarnation. And you volunteered to come and help. That's what that means. You are a wise leader. You are coming in with the fire. Fire's coming through big time. You're coming in with the fire to help burn the old away right now. Okay. And so this hermiting mode, and we do that even while we're in hermiting. We do it in a big way while we're doing our own deep healing, because that is immensely aiding to the deep healing of the collective. Okay. When we're in there. But let's start your story. The Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. I'm going to cheat. I've been doing this because these are new decks. This Divine Feminine and Divine and the Viking. My only problem with this is I can't figure out how she ordered these. Oh, I found her. Amazing. I found her. It's not alphabetical. It's just really blowing my mind. The Black Madonna represents the power we all have to emerge from the darkness transformed. That's what you're doing, Scorpio. You have been in the darkness long enough. It is time for you to climb out, okay? Your guides are waiting and ready to help, but you have to take the first steps, okay? Goodness. Whew. Okay, that was interesting. So a little confirmation for you from Sneezer. Now, my personal experience with the Black Madonnas is I have been to the south of France, where there are several in churches. And they are beautiful statues. A lot of them are very, very old and very degraded, but they're gorgeous. And the energy emanating from them is just this intense, intense, kind of fierce, unconditional love. It's very powerful. It's very healing. It's very feminine. Okay. The feminine is the introspection. The feminine is going inward into the void and healing. And so you've been doing that. And so now you have been able to expand your heart during this healing, and you're climbing out. So let's see. Historians believe many of the icons are actually of Isis and her son Horus. Obviously, because of the dark skin, let's see. Other icons of the Black Madonna are meant to represent earth goddesses, are worship for the fertility miracles attributed to them. Okay, so we're not going to worry about all this. She is holding the royal scepter of a monarch. And look at this, wearing a crown. And all of the sculptures are the same. She's always wearing this grandiose crown and holding a scepter. And so, okay. Yeah. So she represents the wisdom we can only accrue when we go through the often painful fires. Fire, more fire. You got the beacon and this fire. The often painful fires of transformation. Okay. In The Pregnant Virgin, this woman, Marion Woodman, relates that only the intensity of the fire can unite body and soul. That is huge right now, Scorpio, especially you being a water sign, that so much fire is still coming through. That is huge for me personally, because it's what I've been seeing in the collective. My cat's opening my door. It's what I've been seeing in the collective. Go, get your butt out. Is this fire coming in right now and burning the old away? The universe is done waiting on us. And I'm not saying it's like an impatient parent, but kind of, maybe a little bit. But really what's going on is it has given us as much time as it possibly can to do this on our own. Anything that's left now is going to be kind of torn away. Okay. So it might hurt a little more, but we just are not able to let go of these things on our own. So whatever you're still holding on to, and what you have been, you've been in this deep healing hermiting mode. There are still some things you could not let go of. The universe is giving you a fire, is helping you bring through this energy of fire to help you burn away those attachments. Okay. Basically is what's going on for you in the collective. And so you're doing a lot for both. But this is also, this healing journey takes us closer and closer to our own sovereignty. And so she just screams sovereignty in a sovereignty of our deepest emotions and of our deepest places, right? Of our womb space. Okay. So let's keep going. Next card is Fellow Travelers. I love this card. Support is all around you. Look at this beautiful regal guide you have. And notice how he doesn't really see that bird. He can't see the peacock as he's walking. He doesn't notice it because it's very still. It's kind of part of the background. And what is coming through for you is that you have so many guides. And as you're walking throughout your day, you may notice things out of the corner of your eye that you think are people, when really it's your guides. They're ever present, ever reminding you, always protecting you, always keeping you on the path. Okay. Always keeping you on the path toward abundance, toward joy, bliss, abundance, vibrant health, everything. Okay. And, look at this beautiful landscape that you're traveling. I also feel like sometimes you don't even see that you're only seeing your pain. And so your guides are asking you to look up in the sky where the rainbow would be. Look up, look away from your feet and trust that your path is there. Okay. Goodness. Cause I feel like what you've been healing too is a lot of trust. You just don't trust. You're trying to control the journey. You're not trusting that you're taken care of. And so this is coming through saying, hey, you have, not only are there other people on this same journey, fellow travelers, but you also have so many guides. So many guides. You have so much help you can't even fathom. And you're not even realizing that, maybe this person next to you on the bus or on a plane or next to you in traffic is not a person at all, but a guide who's just right there making sure you stay on the trail. Ooh, and I look there, it's a mated pair. So here's the male and here's the female down there at the water. And I would say she's the female, but she's more like a albino, which is interesting. She's the purity of the divine feminine is coming through this card as well. And so just remember that even when you're in the deepest, darkest pits of the healing journey, you are always supported and you will always have people looking out for you, making sure you get through it. Okay. Putting things in your path to help. All right. And so you're climbing out, right? You're climbing out this 44. What is 44? What is what is the master number 44? The fours come through as climbing out of the deepest, darkest places. You have been really, really deep, Scorpio. You have been really deep. You have been down in the well of word. I want to look that up. Let's look that up. 44. This is the second to last card, by the way. And the 45 is Yggdrasil. So that's why I think this is at the base of that tree. Yep, it is. Okay, magic is real. It is a force in the universe. Your power is real. You are a force in your own life. Do not dwell too long on the past. So this is you realizing that you've sat with this darkness long enough. You've sat in the pit long enough. You want to start climbing out. But again, you have to take the first steps yourself. Then your guides can help pull you out, okay? Do not dwell too long on the past, for you will miss your present and thus your opportunity to direct your future. Now, that seems kind of like a fear message. I don't believe that. I have a friend. Well, I have a friend. I watch on YouTube, Phil Good. If you don't know him, subscribe right now. You will not be sorry. He says something. He says it very often. If you were meant to be somewhere else right now, you would be. The universe doesn't make mistakes, okay? We are exactly where our vibration and our frequency requires us to be. And so as we raise our frequency, then we move. And we're moving, we're always moving. But what I want you to know from that is that you're not missing, if you, the people who are out there saying, oh, well, you better prepare for this next full moon. Do this ceremony and do that ceremony. You're going to miss that doorway. You're going to miss that gateway. I don't listen to those people. Okay. I totally usually forget about the full moons and the new moons until the next morning. And then I'm like, oh well. I always think, oh, I'm going to do a ceremony and I'm going to put my crystals out. And they pass by and I'm like, oh, I may actually remember to go look at the full moon once before I go to bed. And that's about it. And so, and I don't put any stock into people who say, oh, you missed the doorway. No, you're not missing anything, Scorpio, I promise. You are exactly where you need to be in every given moment. The thing is when you dwell, you have control. It's time for you to claim your sovereignty and stay in an awareness where you know when you're ready to climb out. Okay. You can sit in the pain. You could sit in the pain as long as you want. The longer you sit in there, the more you are missing. But however, just remember, no matter how long you sit down there, that's exactly how long you needed to sit down there. Okay. Let's see. Everything is connected, even apparently external influences. Apparently external influences may affect us. I'm not, okay. Sure. Duh. But this is at the base of the tree of life. And so the tree of life comes through, as everything is connected. So this is kind of echoing that, but this is you really having healed something deep down. It was a, I always tell people when we reincarnate and we don't heal from past lives, we carry this kind of ball and chain with us into every next life. And it gets bigger and bigger and heavier and heavier. And we come in just dragging it along. Right. And so we're born with the trauma. And this circle kind of reminded me of that. So this is what you've been tackling, is that ball and chain that you've been carrying with you for 8, 9, 10 lives. Okay. It was a trauma very deep and you've been healing it. And you may think that you've just been kind of miserable or in a dark night of the soul. You've been healing, Scorpio. You have been intentionally, deliberately, and actively healing. And I'm so proud of you, because now guess what? Come the second, third week of October, You get to play again. You get to remember how much fun it is to have fun in this life, okay? We came here to enjoy ourselves. We didn't come here to suffer, okay? And so we forget that sometimes, and we think, oh, this is so hard, and well, this is the journey, right? The healing journey. No, yes, we need to be in every moment, but the whole point of this is to get to the other side of this deep healing so that we can really enjoy being here. Enjoy the physical body, enjoy everything the physical body can do. Wink, wink, right? Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. You are going to be able to socialize again on a higher vibrational level than ever before. And you will find that levity and that lightness in life again. Okay. Now that you have climbed out from the root system of the tree of life, you're emerging from the tree. It's a rebirth, really, because you're climbing out from down here, and you're going to come up out, and you're going to emerge from Yggdrasil, the tree of life. You're going to emerge from this tree, and when anything to do with the tree is a rebirth energy. It's a rebirth message. You have done so much deep healing that you are going to be experiencing a rebirth very soon. Okay, beautiful. And that rebirth is going to take you into this. You're going to be like, oh my God, I remember what this feels like. It feels so good. And guess what your core card is right in the middle of the whole grid? Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life, because when we surrender to it, when we surrender, when we allow, when we let the waves just take us instead of fighting the current every minute of every day, when we allow, when we just flow, we open up the channels for abundance to come to us. Okay. We often forget, and we think that we have to work really hard and push and force these things to happen. Okay. And while the healing part, right, being in the pit might feel more like work than the other parts, it really isn't. It really is. It's more inevitability, right? It's more like I often have said that I've never felt like I had a choice. It was either heal, go through these things that I've been through, or curl up in my bed and just die and just stop eating. And I tried that for a while, stopped eating, got really skinny, got really emaciated because I didn't want to be here. And I just kept hearing the voice, you have more to do. Get up, get out of bed. And it has been really, really hard. Just kind of reconstructing a life that I didn't know what it was going to look like. I just had to trust that I was going to receive the pieces that I needed when I needed them. Because when I finally did climb out of bed, I was at 0 point completely. I was a newborn. I could barely walk and talk. I mean, it was obviously metaphorically, spiritually, but so you've got, this is your center card, is this abundance coming through, okay? Because you've opened up that, you've opened it up, not just a crack, but you have found a whole new pathway to allow abundance to come through. So I'm going to look this one up because I've not pulled this one before. But number 5, Raidho. I don't know how to pronounce it. This book usually Rideho. Okay, Rideho. Your joys. Did we not just have joy, abundance, happiness, dancing, fun? Your joys are signposts to your purpose and destiny. Absolutely. The more you can play, the more you can celebrate life and see everything that you have as abundance, not just financial, right? But everything, friends, family, abilities coming through, right? Your breakthroughs on your healing journey, everything is in your highest good. Everything is abundance. Okay. The more you can be in that energy, the more clarity you will receive on for your mission, the more clear your purpose will become. And then you'll see the next step, and you'll see the next step, and you'll see the next step. Now, we are not meant to see the entire path in front of us. I have a beautiful friend who says, she always asks her clients, if you could see everything that was going to happen to you, wouldn't you then try to manipulate that and force that, especially if it's good stuff? But knowing where you're headed, that you needed to go through all of this. Let's say you knew where, wouldn't you try to force it? Yes, that's why we don't get to see the whole path. because we try to take shortcuts. We try to go around the things that are going to hurt to still get to the same point. And that's not how it works. Okay. So we have to just trust that that path is rising up to meet us every step. That's why it says, stop looking at your feet, worrying about where your path is. Look up. Look up. Okay. Look up at the rainbow. The journey is as important as the destination. Yes. We've had this phrase floating around for forever. I don't even know when it first started floating around. Probably hundreds of years it's been floating around. We never took it seriously. Now we're being forced to look at this and go, this is not just a cute little kitschy saying that we're reminded of every 5 years or so, and we follow it for about 10 minutes and then we go right back to our old habits. This is a life. This is a way of life. This being aware that we have to appreciate every step of the journey. Sorry, I'm on a yoga ball, in case you're wondering. We have to appreciate every step of the journey, not just always and forever being focused on the destination. Okay. Again, that's why we don't get to see the whole path. Okay. Focus on the now rather than the burdens of the past or the unrealized future. The future is not, they say, oh, the future's already created, but we don't know what it's going to look like yet. Right. So for us, it's not. For us, we're still in that creation mode. Stretch, aim for new horizons, work with the rhythms of life, not against them. Oh my God, that's perfect. Okay. So again, go with the flow. Go with the flow. It goes so perfectly. This whole row, you guys, is beautiful. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. So beautiful. So play, celebrate, and just reap the rewards, right? Just be in abundance. Everything's coming your way. Everything's going to fall into place. And just go with the flow. Surrender again. So it's like this abundance sandwich in between these two, surrender and flow and play and have fun and enjoy yourself messages. So the middle of October, third week of October, maybe even into the fourth, you're really going to be into this energy of being able to enjoy yourself again. And this might have been a long time, right, Scorpio, since you've been able to do this. Then this Raiho goes right into Enedwana, the High Priestess. Look how beautiful she is. I love her. Mother Nature. It's what I think about, because in the movie, she wears this like this really star type crown. It's beautiful. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. So this comes through very strongly as just, and I like how the light is hitting. It's like this kind of sparkly top, and the light is hitting her right on the heart chakra. Okay. It actually is almost the higher heart, but we're going to go with the heart, higher heart, all is one. And so this is heart expansion. This is really stepping into your sovereignty even more. Where was this? I mean, you have very strong sovereign energy, Scorpio. You got this. And this is women and men, right? You're going to step into your queenness, your kingness, your sovereignty, okay? You are sovereign in your own energy. You're the boss. Anything that comes in has to obey you. Anything that is in your energy now has to obey you. But you have to really sit and anchor that energy of sovereignty, because if you try to order around some energy that's floated in and you're not in this sovereignty energy, but you're in fear, it's going to laugh at you. Okay. Now, nothing can come in that is, I always tell people, anything that comes into your energy is no match for you. I promise. You are the ultimate being. You are the shiznit in your own energy. Nothing else can harm you unless you let it, unless you have called it to you to teach you a lesson on some level, unless you have called it into your energy for your highest good for some reason, okay? To crack open a trauma or something, okay? But, nothing can hurt you in your own energy unless you need it to for some reason, right? For your journey. So, but you have this, you're just really coming into this sovereignty and shining, and look at how she's just glowing, right? I mean, this is where we're going, right? Like down here, now we're not even going to worry about that, because you have shifted your consciousness up to this level. Now you're in the heart, and you are really allowing all of that source light to come through and emanate from your own heart. And you're just shining brighter than ever before, Scorpio. It's beautiful. And then you have grounding. Now you get to go deep, explore your roots. That's interesting. Interesting, right? That it comes in the same message, except this is not a message of, oh, you're going right back into the deep pit. No, this is you really digging in and exploring. Okay, now that you've healed this big trauma, this ball and chain that you've been dragging with you for lifetimes upon lifetimes, now what do you really want to do? What is your passion? What feeds your soul? What did you come here to do? How did you come here to uniquely express the Christ consciousness? That's what we're all doing here, is bringing this Christ consciousness in again, right? Reminding humanity that we're supposed to be living from our heart, that that's who we are, and bringing a more heart-centered reality down, anchoring that crystalline grid, right, which is much more pure and clear. It's not muddied. Like, carbon-based, going from carbon to crystalline is a huge jump, but really it makes sense. And it's not a huge jump if you think about the nature of the universe. We are integrating more and more light, okay? And so you get to go deep and explore your roots, meaning, sit with yourself, go deep, sit with yourself, contemplate, really explore the things that you want to do that bring that Christ consciousness through your heart, and share it with others and help others heal. And it doesn't have to be everybody always thinks, oh, but I don't ever want, I don't see myself as a Reiki master. I'm not saying you have to be a Reiki master. People heal through the books they write. People heal through the paintings they paint. They heal through the sculptures they make. They heal through working with teenagers. They heal through teaching at a school. There are so many ways to assist in this ascension. It's not just becoming a hippie and going vegan and learning Reiki and doing yoga. That's not the rules. There are no rules this time, okay? That was the problem, I think, even though Yeshua and Mary came through with their Christ consciousness, right? It was just the two of them. They came into a world in a time where it just wasn't going to work, but really their intention was to plant the seed, was to open the pathway for us when we came through. Okay. And they did that. They did that beautifully. But it's, they came through in a time where, even though the Essenes, Yeshua's people, Yeshua and Mary Magdalene's people, held women in very high regard and they were equal to men, the world in general that they knew over there, did not. And so it was very difficult for them to exist here. And it ultimately, they ended up both, checking out in different ways. So, but we're here now bringing the Christ consciousness through. We all came to do it in a different way that feeds our soul at the same time as helping grow our soul and expand our soul, expand our consciousness right here. And so our soul is just begging to fill these physical bodies. We keep it so small. We have kept it so small. It is time for you to really expand that now. And the way you do that is following your passion every day. And so definitely this is the message coming through here, is you completed this beautiful cycle of healing. Okay. You get to now explore in this higher vibrational place, how you want to express yourself. And it can be anything. And if you're not sure what it is, try a whole bunch of different things and see what really resonates with you. Okay. On a deep level. So next we have Jera. He came through just in the last reading, I think, and he's been in several of them in this cycle. Let's break it down to 3. I do want to break it down to 3, which is trusting your intuition, becoming one, the power of 3, right? But the 3 is what? Spirit. It's spirit, mind, body, something like that. I'm so bad. You know what I mean? The Trinity, right? But not like, we're not talking about dogma or religion here, but we're talking about the, so much, the universe is 3s, right? The fleur-de-lis has 3 petals. I'm just thinking about the symbolism. Like there's just a lot of 3s that come through. The power of 3 is huge. But the number 3 always comes through as trusting your own intuition, really becoming besties with your intuition, but really becoming one with it, so that you're not having to, so you're not saying things like, well, let me connect to my intuition. It just is there. There's no having to connect. It's not out here somewhere. It's right here. And so for you to have to connect means you're still disconnected, right? And so this is about really coming into a place where you are intuitive. You are an intuitive being. You are an empathic being, and instant intuition. There is no waiting. There is no connecting. Okay. And again, I want you to notice this beautiful gentleman. This is also speaking to the divine masculine, as within, so without. The divine masculine within you, Scorpio, right now is realizing that men have to be different. The masculine energy has to be different now. It has to be more pure. It has to be more real. It has to be more raw. It has to be more vulnerable. It has to learn how to live from the heart. Okay, that's something that the masculine has had a lot of trouble with. But you see how nervous he is. He's nervous about walking away from that reality where it was nothing but war. Okay. And he just is very concerned. However, he is about ready to drop that weapon. He is barely holding on to that thing. He's just going to drop that. And he's going to what? Now you notice he may be looking back here, but his whole rest of his body is definitely turned that way. Like he's just taking one last look at the old reality. It's burning. I know it's burning because you got the fire coming through. It is burning. And he's looking back thinking, I mean, I can't go back. You're not going back. And I know you're nervous about what life is going to look like without all these things that have been so much a part of you. And I know you're nervous about who you're going to be without these things. But all you have to do is drop your resistance to it. Because what I can tell you for sure is that the most beautiful reality we can imagine for ourselves, the universe has something even better planned that we can't even see. Okay. I promise you. What I want to do is I want to pull, you got a very straightforward message, much more so than the other signs. I feel like I was taking forever with them. It's going to be a lot shorter, this one, which is kind of nice. I mean, the messages come through the way they come through. I've already done a reading today. I did a personal reading today, so I think I'm just in the zone too. That helps. Don't forget, this one popped out, right? This is you. You're coming through now to burn away. You're coming through now as a phoenix. Imagine you're the phoenix sitting in your nest. You're old, you're sick, you're about ready to go, but you're holding on for some reason. You've been waiting for somebody else to set that nest on fire. It's time for you to do it. You are coming through now. You've done this healing. You've climbed out. Okay. Time for you to set your own nest on fire and let it burn. Okay. Drop your resistance and walk away. You got this, Scorpio. You got this. It's all beautiful, beautiful message. You have really been digging in and doing the work. I mean, amazing, amazing, Scorpio. Good for you. I know for a lot of us that just, again, I always say I haven't had a choice. You know, it was there and the only way is through. The only way is through. There's no going around or over or under or skipping it somehow, teleporting to the other side. We can't do that, Scorpio. We can't. You know we can't. You know we can't, sweetheart. You know you got to go through it. Okay, you got to walk on that bed of coals. You got to go through the pain to leave it behind once and for all. All right, but that doesn't mean you have to relive anything or feel it in that visceral way like you're reliving it. You know, healing it doesn't have to be going through the trauma again. It's just asking to look at it like when you're in your energy and you're in these deep healing spaces. They get easier, right? As you know, I know you know this already. They get easier. There are some that come and they're bigger and you're like, whew, okay, that was pretty big, but I did it. And I know now next time that I'm going to be ready, and I'm going to be ready with my tools, and I'm going to be more aware of what's going on so that I can have clarity and come into it with a clear head and come into it with confidence and courage, knowing that I'm going to get to the other side and I'm going to be even better on the other side. And I'm going to be even more this beautiful goddess. And I'm going to be even more this amazing leader, this beacon for other people, right? Because you came here to lead. You came here to be a guide. Okay. So you're stepping into that. Let's pull one final, overall wrap up. That's what I'm looking for. Let's pull one final wrap up card for you, Scorpio, and then we'll call it. We'll let you get on with your day. One final from the Sacred Traveler. Just tell us what Scorpio needs to know to move forward now. Expand your horizons. There you go. Another confirmation about your path. Maybe I feel like for a lot of you who are watching this, you're not sure exactly what you came here to do, what that is going to look like, what the packaging is going to look like. Did you come here to be an energy healer? Did you come here to be a writer, a performer, a speaker, a teacher, an artist of some sort, right? Did you come here to do something totally different that we haven't even imagined yet? Okay, that's coming, and you'll be one of those. If that's your calling, then you will be one of those bringing it in through the Christ consciousness, through the womb space where we've been creating. Whenever you're in a healing space, you're creating while you're healing, because as you transmute, as you release, you're allowing more of your soul to expand, and that really it kind of infuses your womb space with creation energy whenever you allow more light to expand. Okay. And so this is you climbing out of that box. All right. And just exploring what did you come here to do? You've got abundance coming in. So I know that maybe right now you're worried about how you're going to pay the rent or how you're going to buy groceries. We all are in that place right now, right? We've been trapped in that matrix reality for too long. What's going to come through is you're going to have this trust that the universe will provide. Okay. So if this is coming to a decision for you to quit a job that you hate, finally, right? Finally, you're going to have the courage to do it because you will know that you're taken care of. Okay. The universe is going to give you everything you need right when you need it. Okay. The problem is we always think we need it sooner, right? We always think we're starving to death long before we're actually starving to death. We always think we're going to die long before we're actually anywhere near death, right? Like we just overreact. We're these super emotional because we have been so emotionally immature. Now that our emotions are really coming in for us to master, we don't know what the fuck to do with them, right? We're like, okay, oh my God, I'm going to starve to death. No, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine because the universe will provide. Okay, either in your own abundance or somebody else coming in and helping, which that is also abundance, right? In connections. Hello, you have somebody who comes in and says, "I know you're going through hard times. I have abundance. I'm going to share with you." That is still abundance coming to you. Okay, I want you to just expand your horizons on what abundance looks like. It's not just you creating revenue. Okay, Scorpio, it's not just you starting a business and making money for services or products, okay? Ooh, maybe some of you are going to make jewelry. I am a sucker for homemade jewelry, let me tell you. I cannot walk by a homemade jewelry booth. And so I just keep getting that. Yeah, I just keep getting, your guides keep saying she has no idea. I just always assume most of the people who watch this are women, but this is for the men too. You have no idea what the universe has in store. It's so fucking beautiful. You have no idea. You really need to surrender and just enjoy yourself. Do whatever feeds your soul whenever you can, because ultimately the goal is to be doing that every minute of the day. Okay. Whatever feeds our soul. This is a beautiful message. I do feel like maybe you want to listen a few times to really integrate it. It's a layered, it's going to be a layered kind of thing where you're going to receive something new every time. So, up to you. Totes up to you. You don't have to listen to me. Who the hell am I? Nobody. Some chick on YouTube. So yeah, that's your message, Scorpio. I hope this helps. Please watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus. If you feel like someone in your life could benefit from this or from any of my other readings, if they're not, Scorpio in any way, then, share. Please share my channel. Like, subscribe, do that thing. Why not? It'd be great. I'd really appreciate it. I love this channel. I've been wanting to do it for some time. I think this is June, July, August, September. This is just month 4. This is just the 4th cycle that I've done the readings. I am going to start doing more fun ones, like pick a card. I am feeling a collective October, November, December reading coming that I'm going to do. So there will be more content coming. I am very committed to this channel, and I'm really going to start bringing more to it as I let go of other things in my life that have been taking up my time. Okay. And that's going to be beautiful. So Scorpio, enjoy. Again, this is taking you through October. Okay. It's going to be amazing. Good for you for this deep healing you've been doing. You're climbing out now. You're climbing out now. I promise you. You get to be in the sun again because you're bringing the fire. You're bringing the fire through. What is this phrase? Light the fires and kick the tires. You are bringing that fire through to burn away the old because you have healed it. You have healed that attachment and now you can burn it away. And this is the rebirth, right? You're climbing out from this well under here and you are, and this even looks like, look, it looks like legs, just to be gross for a minute. This looks like legs and like a woman giving birth to this well. And so, but this is you, then you'll be rising up the top, coming out the tree of life as a brand new you. Okay, Scorpio. And this is very soon. This is just the third card. Okay. So first week of October, you're going to start to feel this. You're going to start to feel like you can enjoy yourself again. All right. And remember, the core card, the center card, is abundance is pouring into your life. That is a very expansive energy, right? Abundance isn't just coming. It's fucking pouring into your life like a downpour, Scorpio, water sign. It is pouring into your life. But I want you to notice, again, don't think it's just money. Okay. This is food. This is community. This is connections. This is friends and family. And this is abundance in nature too. Okay. It's abundance in all forms. That's your center card. So just surrender, Scorpio. Let the waves take you. It's going to be okay. We're all doing it. We're all doing it. We're all kind of being forced to look at where we're resisting now. And you are dropping that resistance big time. He's ready to drop it. I know this is the end of this is coming like into the 1st of November-ish. Okay, right around there is your masculine is finally going to drop that resistance and drop the armor and stop living for the fight. Okay, we're done doing that. We're done doing that. It's time for unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. It's time for the new earth. Okay. All right, Scorpio, I have babbled long enough. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I will see you next time.